Welcome to today's podcast, where we dive into the fascinating movements in the Indian equity markets. On June 9th, 2025, we saw a surge, all thanks to a surprising policy shift by the Reserve Bank of India, RBI, and strong global cues. So, let's break it down.
Absolutely. It was a pretty exciting session. The Nifty 50 surged by 128 points, marking an 8-month high. And the Sensex also posted a gain of 256 points. What exactly sparked this rally, A?
Well, it all started with the RBI's unexpected policy easing. The central bank slashed the repo rate by 50 basis points and reduced the CRR by 100 basis points. This was the kind of move we hadn't seen in over a decade. It had an immediate impact on sectors like financials and real estate, where borrowing costs are now expected to decrease significantly.
Right. And that definitely helped boost investor confidence. But it's not just the RBI's move that caused the rally, right? Global factors played a role too. The US jobs report exceeded expectations, signaling economic strength. And then there's the optimism around trade talks, particularly between the US and China.
Exactly. Global optimism about jobs and trade negotiations really lit the fire under the markets. Emerging markets like India benefited from that boost. It seems that global cues are helping the domestic market stay positive, even amidst potential risks.
You mentioned the financial sector earlier. It really led the charge in the rally, didn't it? The Bank Nifty, for example, jumped nearly 1%, reaching an all-time high. Stocks like Kotak Bank, Bajaj Finance, and Axis Bank saw impressive gains. Why do you think financials are performing so well?
That's a good point. The financial sector has benefited from the RBI's policy changes because lower borrowing costs generally mean better margins and more credit offtake. Plus, with the relaxed norms for gold loan NBFCs like Muthoot Finance and Manappuram Finance, there's more room for growth in that niche.
Absolutely. And we saw that with Muthoot and Manappuram, both of which had strong gains post-RBI's announcement. On another note, auto stocks, like Hyundai India, also saw a significant boost. Do you think the sector is gearing up for strong growth?
It certainly seems that way. Hyundai's intraday jump of over 7% was driven by positive production commentary. With the expectation of robust sales in the June quarter, auto stocks are becoming a key player in the market rally.
Now, let's talk about the technical side. The Nifty has cleared the 20-day simple moving average, SMA, and is now eyeing resistance levels at 25,425 to 500. Do you think the rally has more room to grow, or should investors start thinking about profit booking?
It's a tricky one. The technicals suggest there's still some room for continuation. The RSI levels aren't at overbought levels yet, which means the market could keep going. But of course, at these higher levels, we might see some profit booking. It's always wise to stay cautious.
Definitely. We need to be careful, especially with the market's recent strength. The key levels to watch will be the Nifty sustaining above 25,200 and Bank Nifty staying above 56,500. If those hold, we could see further gains.
Yeah, and with solid institutional inflows, the bullish sentiment looks strong. However, investors will definitely be keeping an eye on external factors, like the US CPI data, the ongoing US-China trade talks, and any fresh moves from the RBI or Finance Ministry.
In short, it's an exciting time for Indian equities. With improving liquidity, macro stability, and favorable global cues, the market could break out further. But like you said, it's important to stay alert, as profit booking is always a possibility.
Exactly. We'll need to see how things develop in the coming weeks, but for now, the market's momentum seems pretty solid.
That's it for today's discussion. We've covered quite a bit. Stay tuned for more updates, and as always, be sure to do your research before making any investment decisions.
Thanks for tuning in, and until next time.
Do not forget to subscribe to this channel and hit the bell button. Though there is no hurry, you may do it whenever you have time.
Thanks for reminding me. I will subscribe to it right now.